Look, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Okay, so as the title suggests, I'll be talking about the new Demon Slayer movie, Swordsmith Village to the Swordsmith Village. I'm not quite sure what the full actual title is. I don't want to look at it right now. I'm just gonna wing it on that one. So before we get started, there's going to be some spoilers. So if you have not seen the movie yet, don't watch this. Unless you don't care about the spoilers, then that's fine. You just keep on doing what you're doing. Oh, while I have you, I guess you could subscribe while you're here. Down below, right there, hit that subscribe button. You know, just help me out a little bit. Anyway, yes, so this movie, I went into it pretty much blind. Well, I tried my best until the last couple days. Going into the movie, we've seen everywhere. If you haven't heard by now what this movie is or what it isn't, it's not a movie. I thought we were gonna get a Mugen Train type story. I thought we were gonna get the, like the first arc of the third season, like we got with Mugen Train, how we got the first arc of the second season, running like, what, 6 to 7 episodes? I thought we'd get something similar to that. We were all looking forward to that. But finding out the week of the movie coming out, it's not that at all. It's actually 3 episodes. And the 3 episodes are not even from all of season 3. It's going to be the last 2 episodes of last season mixed in with the newest episode for the third season, so the premiere episode. So that got everybody up in arms, which, if I had seen this movie, like not knowing that, just going blind how I intended to go, I probably would have been upset because I don't understand how we thought it was a movie. They didn't really say that it wasn't necessarily not gonna be a movie, so I think we just all assumed that we were going to get some sort of feature-length film, and it was not that. I think everybody felt kind of the same way. They felt a little bit betrayed, a little bit let down. I'm sure if you're on TikTok or Twitter, any of that stuff, you've seen people complain about this. They make videos about it. Everyone's really disappointed in this, and the scores for at least what I saw on Rotten Tomato kind of reflect that. It has a 68% rating as far as the audience goes, so yeah, needless to say, everybody was let down. Having said that, getting past the betrayal of it not being a full movie, I did enjoy it for what it was. I mean, we would have liked to see a movie, but if you're like me, I didn't watch the last episodes of last season like over and over again. I've only seen it one time over because one time was good enough for me. Shout out to Drake.
So one time is fine with me.
And I was like, hey, there's no reason for me to go back to this. It's fine. So seeing it in the theaters, again, the last fight scene that we got between the twins, or not even twins, the siblings, Gyotaro and the other girl's name. I'm not gonna look it up. I'm shooting through here right now, one take as much as I can. So yeah, the sibling fight between them and Tanjiro and Uzui and the boys, and Inosuke and Zenitsu. We got that fight relived on the big screen. So I enjoyed that because I was, not super fresh with it because I'd seen it last year when they premiered the episodes. That it was cool seeing it on the big screen. It's a betrayal of trust. We thought we were getting a movie, but we didn't. We got these 2 episodes, and they are so good, and the animation was so good from these episodes that I didn't mind it halfway through. And I guess it kind of helped knowing that, I was getting the last 2 episodes before I was gonna watch the movie. If I'd just seen this in the theater, like I mentioned earlier, I'd probably be upset. But knowing what I was getting and then seeing it on the big screen, I was able to appreciate it more for what it was in the moment, that I'm just reliving this entire fight scene, which is sick anyway, but big screen. My crowd wasn't that big. I went on a Monday and it was like a matinee, so there was like 2 other people. Me and Benny went, shout out to Benny, and it was just like us 4 in the theater, so it wasn't like hype. I don't know if it was hype for you seeing it in your theater, but for me it was kind of just like quiet the whole time. But my mind was like, oh, this is sick. I've noticed a lot more things this time that I didn't see the first time watching it, or I guess appreciated the first time watching it. And yeah, this fight scene was sick, and their story is so tragic, and yeah, it was cool seeing it, reliving it. If it would have been something boring or like a slower part of the story from last season, I probably would be way more upset, but at least they picked the 2 coolest episodes, with just the ones with all the action and all the animation just going crazy. I did not like that they played like the credits for it, like as if you were just watching on Hulu, like you're letting it run through. It would have been cooler if like the first episode of, that they showed ended with a big explosion and then it cuts straight to the next episode. I'm glad they didn't play the intro again, because I thought they were gonna do that. I thought they were gonna play the intro back to back for each episode, but at least they cut those out. But that's like my only complaint, is that they could have at least did it that way. And then finally, the latest episode that we got. Oh, it's amazing. I can't wait. I don't know what it is. They can't miss. Demon Slayer, as mainstream as it is, it can't miss. It's just, everything was working for me. Like the story that we're getting, I'm like, what's happening? The animation, of course, is crazy, and the characters that we're getting, they keep fleshing out the Hashiras and the upper ranks as well, and giving you these characters. You're like learning about them, and you're starting to like them more. It's all been a mystery up to this point. So the episode starts off with the upper ranks. They're having their meeting after the two siblings died, and they're talking about, oh well, we have one of our upper ranks have died. Let's discuss. So that we all got to meet the top 5, I guess at this point, top 5 upper rank demons, and they all had a pretty cool entrance. We saw white-haired guy, but people like him. He's the number 2. And then we got a couple of weird, side characters like 5 and 6, whatever. They're cool. They're going to be part of this next arc, apparently, but we see them. And then we see the number 1, which I thought was Tanjiro's dad, but it's not his dad. I don't understand. I don't read the manga, so I'm an anime watcher only, so please don't spoil it for me. But seeing him there, cool entrance, by the way. He's number 1, and you could feel like his energy, his presence. All the upper ranks kind of reacted to that. They're like, oh, he's here, number 1. And I don't know what we're gonna get in this story, but so far I'm interested. You see a little flashback between the number 1 and I guess Tanjiro's actual dad, and Tanjiro has a baby, and they're trying to name the baby, and I don't know what's happening really. From what we're seeing, it's shaping up to be another banger of a season. I'm excited to see what's happening. The new Hashira that we're getting, just seeing pictures of her, everybody's simping over her because of the way she looks, all this stuff. Me, however, I was like, you know what, she kind of looks annoying, but having her animated and fleshed out more in this little episode we got. She's cool. I do think she's cool, so I will simp for her as well. Enjoyed her. And then we got Tanjiro's kind of his recovery from his last fight. It took him 2 months, and that's crazy to think about that took him this long to recover. And he's getting his strength back, and we're in the Swordsmith village where we're gonna finally get Tanjiro the new sword. And we see all the swordsmiths, and it's kind of cool how they're building the world more of Demon Slayer. Like, this is a secret village that nobody can go to because they have to protect it. So you have to ride there on different people's backs, and you have to be blindfolded and all this stuff. So I do like the world building that they're continuing to do throughout. We got our bad guys, of course, like I mentioned earlier, the 6 and 5 or 5 and 4 demons. It's like a genie dude who's attached to a jar, and then there's like a weird whatever dude. So those are our big baddies, and apparently the number 1 guy's there for some reason at the end of the episode that we see. So overall though, the movie itself, it's not a movie, so I can't rank it as far as out of 10, because I would say just as far as the first episode that we got for season 3, I'm gonna give it 10 out of 10 because this was, like I mentioned earlier, the animation was crazy, the characters were amazing, and we're seeing more of the world of Demon Slayer, which I'm always interested in. And from what we were gathering, it seems like the crew is gonna be separated for this one, so Tanjiro is gonna be on his own again, just him and Nezuko. Nosuke's off somewhere doing a mission, and Zenitsu's off somewhere else doing a mission as well. So it's gonna be cool to see how that works, because we've gotten so used to them being together. So how is it gonna function without them? I know in the earlier season 1, we got Tanjiro by himself, but once everybody met, they kind of didn't separate at that point. So we'll see where the story takes us from here. Again, only anime watcher only, so I don't know what exactly is gonna happen. My thoughts and theories on it, though, I don't know. Is that Tanjiro's real dad? Did he just think that was his dad? Was I mistaken? Even Benny was watching. He was like, I thought that was his dad. And I was like, I thought it was too. The number 1 demon we're talking about here. And yeah, I don't know, but I'm interested. And altogether though, the way it was presented, I enjoyed it. I know it sucks that we feel like we were let down because it wasn't a full movie. The marketing team didn't handle it well, or maybe they were trying to keep it a secret so they can make money. Who knows how that went? It was just a weird move for them to make this the way they did. I don't know. Cash grab, I guess. At least they could have just labeled it like, hey, you're gonna watch the first 1 episode or 2 episodes in the theater. That's what we're doing. It's not a movie. It's just gonna be, if you want to watch the premiere season or the season premiere of the new season, just watch it here on and in the theater instead of experiencing it at home. Then I think people would have been less let down because they don't feel as betrayed because they thought they were seeing a movie. No, we're going to go see these episodes in the theater, which I think people would be down for. People, if they're a fan of something, they're excited to see it in any form outside of their home. If they see it at a con, cosplays, on the internet, whatever, they just want to celebrate it. So I feel like they could have just labeled it as what it was, and people still would have went to see it. So weird move by UFO Table if it was their choice, or Crunchyroll's, whoever's choice it was. Weird that you guys would label it a movie. You wanted to just capture it on Mugen Train from last year, but that's just something that's 1 in a million. You can't redo it, and clearly you can't because you guys didn't do it. So don't know what that happened there. So my thoughts on the betrayal that we felt. Yeah, I'm with you guys. I understand. But having said that, I still did enjoy the experience of going to see this in the theater, which I think at the end of the day is all that matters, is that we had a fun time going to see it. Yeah, as far as this one goes, it was cool. I mean, don't do it again. Don't betray us. Don't falsely advertise what it is. And we'll be straight at this point. And I'll continue to go watch, anime movies in theater because I do enjoy seeing them in the theater. And yeah, that's pretty much all the thoughts I had on this. I don't want to do like a full, like fledged out review because there's really not much to review. It's just the first episode. I just wanted to speak on the movie itself or the experience itself because I feel like, I had thoughts and that's my thoughts on it. I am betrayed. But am I sad about it? No, because the one episode we got to see was just so good that it made up for it. So you got lucky, basically. You have talent. UFO table is what I'm going to tell you. But hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So work harder next time, I would say. So with that being said, can't wait for the premiere. As always, guys, thank you for watching. If you'd like to subscribe, do that down below. If you want to follow, all that stuff down below as well. And, catch you in the next one. Go hunt some demons or whatever.